Okay, I'm gonna not tap my screen today because it makes my phone vibrate, and it is like precariously balanced on the tripod and clamp because I was trying to do like a more visible angle. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is pretty exciting. Welcome to Learning Letters, where I, Gourmet pens of absolute no true calligraphy skill, show you how I do letters. Now, today is going to be particularly hilarious because it's a really tough letter. It is letter F. So, as I said, I am not formally trained. I'm not a master at this. I just like to play with pens and have fun. So that's what we're going to do. And I have this selection of pens. So let's get cracking. Let's do the easy ones first, okay? Let's do the easy stuff. So I find the ones like up here are easier. And I have these three, which are killer tough. So first thing, Sailor 1911 standard music nib. Great because it is a stub nib, but very easy to use because it is fairly smooth and rounded off, so it's easy to work with. Okay. All right. So this F is basically just a cursive F. Nothing to it. Anyone can do it. You can do this too, like right now. Grab your pen, draw an F. I remember when I was younger and I was developing my own style, I used to do all sorts of cursive Fs. And, you know, that looks sort of like an S, but in a word, it works out a little bit better, I think. So if I were to write fall, it still looks like an S. Well, sort of like an S. But this one, obviously, is a definite F. Hello, Helene. And okay, so that's like one of the easier Fs that is basically a normal, everyone can do it F, you know, very little effort involved. But let's make it a little more difficult. We're going to do these Fs with the Pilot Metropolitan, sorry, 1.0 millimeter stub nib, which is a little more crisp than the music nib is. So your line variation is a little more distinct. What style is this, you ask? Well, I actually really don't know. SBRA Brown, what is this? Help me out. Oh, boy. Hello! I'm just going to write hello because you're all here and it's very exciting. Some sort of cursive. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what is this? It's... Anyway, straight line, give it a tail, give it a little blip there, you know. This is the fun of learning letters. You can really make stuff up, which is what I am doing. Okay, and if we were to take the same nib and do like a little slightly not flourish, but like slightly extended, I guess. A linotype. Oh, yes. Linotype. Thank you. I find that for the F, the most exquisite ones are the ones with the Pilot parallel because as you can see, they are much more elaborate. Let's just do our Lamy Safari just so we can have the Safari option should we wish. I know these are all the same. It's just that I'm really not good at F. I'm still learning how to do an F like in an interesting way. You know, like it's just, I made that up. That's not actually proper letter form. Next up, if we use the Pilot Falcon Soft Fine Nib, this one is really nice for cursive Fs, like the ones that we have done here, as well as for like a modern calligraphy F. Yeah, this one is the Lamy Safari. I have the 1.1 millimeter stub nib on it. Now we are using the Metal Falcon. Aluminum. Oh, I get it. That must be a Star Wars reference. All right, so it's nice because it gives you a little bit of line variation. I purposely put a gap there just for fun. We don't have to put the gap. See, it's just so good for the cursive look. I particularly enjoy this F, so let's do that. Sorry, this F here. So let's do that F. Give it a loopy swoop, whatever a loopy swoop is, and that's how it looks. So you can make it more compact, as you can see there. Why, hello, newcomers. Thank you guys so much for joining. It's very nice when there's people, because then I'm not just talking to myself, which is not unheard of, but you know, it's just nicer. If we were to do more of a modern calligraphy F, what I tend to do with the modern calligraphy style is I stretch out the letter a bit. So there you go, like that. Free, your favorite word of all time? Okay, I haven't done R yet, so I can't write that. But I can write fee. That was a horrendous E. There we go. Or I think fall. This is the Pilot Metal Falcon. There is also a resin version of it, which is a little bit slightly smaller and a bit lighter. And this is the soft fine nib on this one. The ink is Bung Box Dandyism. So, oh, we're off the page. Sorry, guys. Didn't see that. Okay. So, oh, I don't know why I posted it. That's weird. Okay, so there's my F. You can see that for this amount of line variation, the nib keeps up pretty well with ink flow. So that's great. If you're pushing it further, I would be careful because you can lift the nib off the feed and then you won't get proper ink flow. But for this, like this is I think this is the comfortable, safe amount of line variation to get. Now, let's do the fun stuff. Okay, what I'm gonna do actually is just go back to this page to look at how I do that. Okay, right. I'm not gonna do the super complicated one yet. I'm going to do, hello. Saludar. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Sorry, I'm shameful. But I can say bonjour, salut. Okay, so this F, we are using the Pilot Parallel. This is the 2.4 millimeter. Now, the first thing is we have to use it at an angle, so it's not going to be like this. Oh, sorry, I don't know why that light is so hard. It's not going to be straight. We're going to use it at an angle like this, slightly angled. Okay? So the first thing is we have one short line, and we do one that kind of connects with this because it's got to be slightly taller. Then I do a butt swoop, coming from the bottom there. And we're going to connect these two lines and then just give it a top. And then for the what's it called? What is this thing called? Where you strike the letter. Anyway, for this part, for the rest of the letter, I change it up. It depends on like what I feel like doing. So let's do one more time. Do it at an angle. Then we do the second one. This one is longer because it connects at the bottom and it connects at the top. Then we go like so. So if we wanted to change that, we can also do like a straight. I have not changed the angle of the pen at all. Butt swoop. It is a butt swoop. Isn't it? This, okay, I have to say, of all of the times I have ever practiced the letter F, this is probably the most beautiful I've ever produced. So that's pretty exciting. Seriously, if you do not have a set of Pilot Parallels, get yourself a set because these are killer pens. I think I have a set of each of the 4 sizes, like twice, and I could always use more because I always have them inked and they're just fantastic. Like best $10 you'll ever spend. Okay, now the next one. Okay, so this was the Old English style, but what I'm going to do for the next one is I sometimes, like this is not super flourished. So if we're going to do the next one, let's just do, it's basically the same thing, but I extend the top. So I start here and just extend the top there. So there you go. It's really easy. As I said, I don't change the angle of the pen. So pick an angle and all your lines will work out. It's amazing. Like, these nibs are so fantastic. I'm just so excited about them. Okay, so the last thing that I had was this one, and that is killer. This is just, I can't even do this by memory because it's so complicated. But what I'm going to do is do it on this page so I can see what I was doing over there. So something like this is just to show you the versatility of the Pilot Parallel nib, okay? So we are going to start with an angle like so. You know, I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. Okay, you know what? Never mind that one. Forget that one. The lights are reflecting off me here. They're so reflecting off me. Sorry. Is that better? Yeah, I think it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a nice long one. Then I make a swoop at the bottom, and I'm gonna do a thing at the top here. So this one is completely ridiculous, and I don't expect that anyone will ever want to reproduce it, but it's just fun to show that this nib gives you so many options, okay? So this is the back end of the F. Let's begin the rest of it. So we have the top part, then it connects to the second half, in which I extend like so. I don't know how to describe this. I think the best thing to do is just watch. And again, this one is sort of like a work of art. It's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Now so basically now we have an F, okay? So if we want to add some flourishes, I had this one and then this one. And if you have space, you can add the little tail bits. All right. And then we turn the nib on its edge here because we're going to draw a straight line, or as straight as you can make it. Extend it below a little bit. And then I got a bit of paper fiber there, sorry. There you go. And then I was going to do something like so. And then at the bottom, we have okay, so that is obviously a super complicated F. Looks sort of like an E because I think I extended this too far. Sorry. We could do it one more time and then see if I could do it not as hideously, but the idea is just that this pen is so wild and you could do so much awesome stuff with it. Okay, so now that I've done it once, it's a little easier to kind of whip through it. Okay, we got that. Then we have the top. Looks like an F, sort of, right? We have that. And there we go. Obviously a super flourished F, and often with flourishing, you have to be careful to not make it too difficult to read. And in this case, it's very difficult. I think this one came out a little better, but it's just a matter of practice. This ink, this is Kobe number 21. It's Taisanji yellow. So I will, there is a blog post that shows all the pens and nibs and stuff if you are looking for them. So yeah, this is Kobe number 21. No, sorry. Taisanji yellow. You are most welcome. This ink is Aurora Blue Black. Sorry for the hideous handwriting. I'm just trying to write it quickly so I don't bore you. And this one is Bungbox Dandyism. All right. Well, my friends, that basically wraps up our learning letters F. And this one's pretty tough, right? So wait. Before we finish, let me do you a quick... there we go. It's kind of, it's not really a Gothic, but it's kind of like a more blocky F. If you prefer a blocky F instead of a swirly, swoopy F. It is very hard. So I wish you luck in your F endeavors. The F is tricky, but it's so much fun. It's a fun work in progress. So hopefully this has been useful. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you have a safe, happy, and healthy, lovely, wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time for Inkspiration. Bye-bye.